Christmas and the holidays. Now almost 2 weeks into January, so forgive that. I've just accepted the fact that this is going to be a ramble channel where I hop on here and do videos once in a blue moon. I'm going to actually try to start filming some more trigger videos as well. School is starting back up on Monday, and hopefully I will be in a little bit more of a routine that allows me to sit down and film videos. So hopefully I will have more coming out. I have one of my Christmas presents right here. I got a pair of Beats headphones, and I got really excited for these because not only are they Bluetooth, and I only had the AirPod Pros before, but they come with a little wire, and so I thought I was going to be able to plug these into my Blue Yeti and be able to live listen to myself, which was going to be a game changer. Well, I have had this Yeti for probably close to 10 years at this point. It's probably been like 8. And I got it in college before I even started ASMR. I think maybe I got it with the intention of starting ASMR, but I had it for a couple years before I started using it for ASMR videos, and I remembered that the live listen feature on the bottom went out years and years ago. I haven't been able to use that. So I can't hear myself. I have a little app on my laptop that basically allows me to Bluetooth connect to the Yeti. Well, it allows my headphones Bluetooth to connect to my laptop, and then my Yeti is plugged into that. And then I can arrange the inputs and outputs and listen to it. But that is really only good for no talking videos, because there is a slight delay from what I am saying and what I am hearing back. So it's kind of like a little speech jammer. I don't know if any of y'all remember the speech jammer app from like 2016 or whatever. So I can't talk with it, or I get all messed up. But I just have my sound settings open. I'm watching the little input levels on my mic to make sure that I am not talking too closely to it, and it sounds like it's pretty good. I know that I have had some sound issues in the past, talking too loudly and talking too close to the mic, which in some cases I love up close whispers so much, like this. But you have to be really careful to not breathe or speak too loudly into the mic. So hopefully we have gotten those resolved. But yeah, visit my family, who live kind of on the other side of the country from where we live. And we'd been talking to them about flying out there before Christmas for a few days just to see them, and then spending actual Christmas with my wife's family. So we had gotten our flights all booked, and excuse me, it came time to get to the airport. So we woke up at 3 in the morning, drove up to the airport, and we had paid for parking on top of our flights. So I think we had paid close to $800 for flights and parking. I think parking was like $200. And we go through security, we get to our gate. Our flight is like at 8:30 a.m. 7 a.m. We're sitting at the gate. My mom texts me, "Hey, full disclosure, we all have the flu. Your sister has it really bad. She's been throwing up blood or whatever." Maybe that probably TMI, but it was bad. So we're sitting there in the airport knowing that if we go out to see them, we're gonna get sick and we're going to probably ruin our Christmas. So I kind of make the executive decision that we're just going to cancel our flights because we don't want to give it to my wife's family when we get back. So I say, you know what, we are canceling our flight. We are going to just not come out, and we'll figure out a different time to come. So we left the airport, and we just drove up to where my wife lives, which is a lot closer. It's probably like a 8-9 hour drive from where we are. And we spent a couple of extra days with her family, which was good. And then we got a full refund on our flights. So we were just gonna use that flight credit. I guess we got a flight credit, not really a refund, to fly out there some other time, maybe over the summer, but we'll see. So we are driving up to my in-laws' house to see them, and we got a flat tire. We were turning into a gas station parking lot to go fill up and go to the bathroom, and I hit a curb. It was like a metal storm drain cover. It had like a really sharp end, and it completely gashed two holes actually in my tire. And between the 10 feet we drove from hitting the curb and from hitting in parking, the tire was completely flat. But I wasn't worried about it just because my car has a full-size spare on it. So I was able to just drop the spare, and we changed the tire out and got on our way. Took about 20 minutes. And so we get there to their house, and I take it down to Costco. Shout out to Costco for all of my American friends. Costco's the best. And because we had bought the tires there, and we knew by tires at Costco. They warranty them for like 5 years. And I had just previously bought them at that same Costco the prior Christmas. So I take them in there and they say, yep, sure enough, your tire, you got a blowout. And we can't fix the tire, so we're just going to give you a new one. They're like, the old tire is worth $180. They prorate by looking at the tread and how much you've driven it. And since it was like a basically new tire, they're like, yep, the old tire is worth $180. And the new tire is going to be $194. So they're like, you're just paying $16 for a brand new tire. And I was like, that's a phenomenal deal. Yeah, absolutely. So they slapped it on, and we had a great Christmas. And then drove back home. While we were at Christmas, and you know, I got a lot of great presents. I should have done a haul, but it feels a little bit late to do that now. Like, everyone's moved on, so I feel like I'm late to the trend, so I'm not going to. But I did show you my Beats, which were one of my best presents I got. But so while we're at Christmas, my mom springs on us out of the blue. And I can say this because I'm fairly confident that she's not gonna ever see this video. And even if she did, you know, there's no hard feelings. Springs on us out of the blue that my dad is retiring. And they want to move closer to us. And we are like, okay, that's really exciting. Like, that sounds amazing. She was like, I'm putting your dad on a flight December 28th to fly down to where y'all are to look at houses. And we were like, okay, December 28th is the day we're leaving my in-laws' house to drive back home. And she was like, you're gonna have to pick him up on your way down at this airport. And we were like, okay, don't really love that, just because we have to coordinate like a long 9-hour drive to the airport and figure out timing exactly so we can be there to pick him up and then keep on our way. So we are like, okay, that sounds great. And so she books the ticket and we drive down and pick him up. And we're a little bit stressed at this point because we thought we were going to have like a week or a couple weeks actually to like decompress and kind of just get back into the swing of things before school starts for me and the busy season at my wife's job starts. And all of a sudden, you know, I am driving around everywhere looking at houses with my dad, which was a lot of fun, don't get me wrong, but, you know, stressful at the same time. So in this week, we get set up to look at like 5 different houses in like a 2-day span. So we spend all day, like December 29th and December 30th, driving around looking at different houses with the realtor. And then December 31st, we go back to parents' favorite house they wanted to put an offer in. My wife and I did not love the house. My parents were talking about how they wanted to downsize, and we were like, this is not a downsize. This is an upsize from what y'all currently have. Maybe take a step back and look around at some other places. So, tensions got a little bit high, and nothing terrible, but they got a little bit high, and my dad ended up, he went home, on his normally scheduled flight. It's not like he left early or anything. And we got a text from my mom basically saying, we're not considering living near y'all anymore. You're not considering living like in the same town or area as y'all. We're going to look at other states close by. That would be like a 3-4 hour drive away. Just because we had expressed that this was all a lot for us and we just needed like a couple days to process everything and we'd be good. And, my parents had been kind of pushy about moving as soon as possible. They were like, well, we're already in the process of getting pre-approved for this loan and we don't really have time. We got to make a decision fast. And I think there was just kind of a miscommunication between what I expected was going to be kind of the vibe for when my dad came down here. I thought that he was going to kind of just get a lay of the land and see kind of what was out there. I did not expect that they were going to be putting offers in on houses like immediately. So that all happened like right around New Year's, and things have been kind of reconciled. People, everyone's kind of made up since then, but I still don't know. I don't think that my parents are going to be moving here. That may take some convincing, which I probably need to call my mom and have a chat about that. But that was kind of my New Year's. So that was fun. Very stressful. School is starting back up. For those of you that don't know, I'm in law school, starting a new semester. And really looking forward to that. I feel like I'm getting a good sense of kind of what I want to be doing this summer and kind of what I want to be doing after law school. So, I'm really kind of tailoring my approach to that field of law. So Monday I start back up, so I actually have to get my schedule taken care of and see if there's any readings I need to do ahead of class on Monday. But that's pretty much it. It is ridiculously warm here for January, which is insane, but I think it's in like the mid 60s and it's supposed to get up to like 80 today. But it's supposed to drop back down to like the 20s on Monday, so always dealing with wild weather. But yeah, that is kind of how my Christmas went in a nutshell, how my New Year's went in a nutshell. We're 10 days into 2023, 2026. It's been great so far. And I am just looking forward to summer. So, yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see in future videos. It doesn't have to be just whispered, rambled videos. You can give me whatever trigger ideas you have. Love to hear your suggestions, even though I do love my rambles. But yeah, I hope you have a great day, evening, or night, whenever you're watching this, and I will see